Hello, beautiful. How are you?
Hi. Good, good.
Oh, yes. I'm excited. I'm super excited. I just love you. Oh my gosh.
Yes, I
Everything.
love you guys too.
So we're gonna go ahead and jump right into this. So guys, thank you so much for tuning in. So as everybody start coming in, this is another episode. Actually, I think this is our 8th episode in for the sixth season of Indie Talks. And we're super excited because this young lady here, I mean, just sensational. She's no stranger to the platform. I think we had you back in our last season. And I mean, you just blew our minds, okay? And you constantly do so. We want to welcome you back. So everybody, for those who may know, for those who may not know, Yassie, welcome.
Hi, everybody.
Yes. So first of all, well, definitely, thanks for coming back on the show. I mean, you have been doing it since the last time we have talked. I'm sorry, Danielle is not here today. Please, she totally hates she had to miss it, but
Yeah.
unforeseen circumstances. So first and foremost, yes, a lot of things have definitely been happening. So for those who may not know you, I mean, they better know. Kind of give us
Exactly.
just like a brief, like just, you starting the music and doing your R&B thing, and just let them know. Let them know. You tell it better.
Yes, so I am a singer-songwriter. For those that don't know, I do R&B, I do pop, I'm now into like the Afrobeat, which you
Mm-hmm.
guys kind of just heard. And I just love music. Music is me. And I've been singing since I was 8, so I'm not new to this. I am a veteran, I like to say at this point. But yeah, it's my passion, and I'm just thankful that I'm getting so many opportunities and just, keep leveling it up. So yeah, but that's me in a nutshell.
So let's talk about, because like I said, originally you back in our previous season, you were talking to us and you talking about the start and, really digging into, being as an indie artist. Talk about what has been different since the last time we have talked. I know for sure the music has definitely been coming. You dropped the summer. We're going to talk about it soon. You dropped the summer EP, and then this fall, you have a wonderful album that's getting ready to come out. First of all, I love the cover art. I Am Her. So we are going to dig into that. So tell us what's been going on since the last time we talked.
Yeah, so I have been traveling. I've been performing. I got the opportunity a couple months ago to be out in LA for the BET Awards weekend. I was on Getty Images for the first time. I got to be, paparazzi and all of that. So I was like,
They're like,
this is,
we see you,
DJ Neptune, phenomenal DJ. If you guys don't know, you should know. He played my song during this event in LA. So it was just, really good. I've just been networking and grinding, performing and, of course, working on my album, like you were mentioning. Super excited about all of the new things to come. Working with some bands for some more live music, some different content that I'm working on. So just a lot of, work. I've been working. So
yes, we seen it, girl. We seen it. Definitely working. So first of all, let's talk about this. So we're getting ready for pumpkin spice season. Well, we're already in it. It's already becoming fall. But I want to take it back. So this summer, you definitely released in July. You released the EP, a 2-single EP, and that definitely Afrobeat, Little Caribbean, smooth R&B, all types of feels. I kind of want to talk about the direction of using Afrobeats. What made you kind of feel like you wanted to kind of sample into that realm?
Yes. And I love that question because this is something that I have always loved. First of all, who doesn't love Tim's? Who doesn't love like Wizkid flow? Like, and I was like, there's not really anybody R&B on an Afrobeat song. That really is not going on, especially not in the US. So I'm like, that might be a lane that I can, go into. And so, I mean, the music feels good. You know what I mean? It just feels good. And that's my goal. I want people to want to have something for everyone. So it's also about building my fan base, but also just because that music is beautiful. I think it's, you know, who doesn't want to vibe and dance? It's like more upbeat and happy. I just
I
want,
agree.
you know, I'm in a happier place. So my music is, you know, kind of showcasing that. So yeah, that's what it's about. But I love Afrobeats. I've always loved the sound. So to be able to, you know, create my art, and it's just, you know, expanding myself as an artist as well. So
I love that. I love it because I feel like, you know, when you come as an artist, you know, you don't want to box yourself in. I think it's really, especially when you know yourself, and it's good when you know yourself as an artist and you don't want to box yourself in, to be able to sample that music and to have the voice that can be versatile to the music. First off. So
yes.
Now I want to talk about, you know, really kind of digging in regarding to this, because, you know, R&B is, you know, this summer was actually a big old talk. I think Diddy started, you know, is real R&B, you know, dead and this and things of that nature. How I want to get, what was your thoughts of the conversation and you really kind of digging in and being an artist and really kind of, you know, having that momentum in that genre of music?
I was shocked that he said it was dead, because I don't agree with it being dead. I think how can I say? I guess the audience, like what they're looking for, has changed a little bit. And you kind of just, you know, and I think that's about maybe generation. Like, I feel like, you know, people who are a little like later in their 20s and early 30s, we still love our 90s R&B, and we still love the people that are creating the R&B. But some of these, you know, newer artists, which is nothing wrong with that, they're more about the now, and the music is just, you know, slightly different. But I don't think it's accurate to say that R&B is dead, because I feel like there's independent artists like me, and there's a lot of other artists that I know of that are independent that we just haven't been heard yet. But it's out here. It's out here, you know. So I think maybe doing your research and I mean, I don't know. I would love to see R&B take that forefront again. But to say it's dead, no. I just think that we need to kind of push it again, because right now we're pushing the rap and we're pushing the Afro beats, and that's beautiful. But like, I feel like R&B is kind of taking a back seat. But that's not necessarily because of the artist. I feel like it's the audience, what they're looking for. So people don't understand R&B. You're gonna get in your feelings. You're gonna just kind of be cruising, driving. You know, everybody, they want to be turned up. They turned up right now.
Listen, everybody's trying to be outside. They're trying to have a hot girl summer. They're trying to turn it into, you know, voluptuous, you know, couple season. It's, you know, it's crazy. We got to keep up with.
We don't know what wave we in. It's like kind of.
We don't.
You know, so. That's what I would say. I do not think it's dead. I just think the audience has changed, like what they want to see. So maybe, I don't know, having some. So I feel like that was also why I turned to Afrobeats too, because I'm like, okay, y'all want to dance? Y'all want to turn up? We can, you know, we can switch it up a little bit. So,
nice wind the waist type of.
Yeah, wind. Yes.
Yes, that's what we need. That's what we need. And of course, you know, the two singles that you pick. I mean, of all the songs, because I know you have definitely previously talked about a lot of songs you have written. Now you chose these two singles to be on the EP. Any specific reason why just those two?
Yeah, because I just wanted to give people a little hold off until this album. So I was like, what can I? And then I wanted some summer vibes, and I was like, this will be the like second time that people are hearing Afro beats from me. So I was like, this song is a vibe. Want to get to know you. I had to put that out. And it went crazy. I have like 10.1K. Like, it's going crazy right now, Apple Music and Spotify. Like, people love it. And I'm like, that's what I wanted. And then as far as Creepin', it was inspired by TLC Creep. So that was like my way of, you know, kind of bringing my 90s, but
kind of put your own little feel to it.
Yeah, exactly. So
right.
Yeah, it was just a little vibe for a placeholder, as I call it, until the good stuff, like a little appetizer.
Okay, I like that. Okay, we got a little fingerful, little appetizer going. Okay, amazing. Now I actually want to talk about Creepin', because honey, now were you creeping or was they creeping?
They was creeping, girl. They was creeping. You know, I don't know. I mean, and some of my songs are from past experiences, but I had a
Yes.
lot of people, you know, in the past that, you know, fumbled the bag, as some people say, with me, you know, just creeping, to say the least, you know, out doing their dirt. And, you know, us women, we're detectives. So, yeah, just about, you know, we find
FBI agents, we are.
FBI agents. I have a friend right now that don't need nothing but a picture. She gonna find your name, yeah, everything. She's crazy, okay?
Lord.
But yeah,
Have
I
them
mean, it's
standing
definitely good.
outside. Okay.
Yes, like y'all better act right, okay? But
So
no,
I
it was.
will, and I
Oh, go
want
ahead.
to
Sorry.
dig into. I'm sorry, there was a delay. I'm sorry. Were you talking?
I was just gonna say, it wasn't. I tried to make it more fun filled, but like letting people know, don't be creeping, don't be out here, you know, messing over. You might mess over a good woman and miss out on your blessings.
Yes,
So
this
yeah,
is
but I
facts.
made it more upbeat and fun at the same time. So
Okay,
yeah.
perfect. And I also kind of want to get into like the songwriting portion of it in regards to your style. What was your like your zen for, you know, really creating? Because obviously this is, like you said, this is the appetizer to the album. So what place you had to kind of go into to kind of zone into this feel to get to what you're about to birth in the next couple of weeks or so?
Yeah, so and I love the way you worded that, but I would say I really tried to come from a place of how can I showcase my authentic self within these few songs, which because the album is called I Am Her. So you're going to get Yassie raw and uncut. You're gonna get some stories, you're gonna get some vibes, you're gonna get some R&B. I got so much going on that album. I'm so excited. But this project, I wanted to make sure that it kind of, you know, represented it well, like going into it well, kind of like a flow. So with Want to Get to Know You, that was kind of an introduction, like I can do Afrobeats, y'all, not just one song, I can do it too. And then Creeping, I wanted to still showcase that, hey, I'm still, because R&B is telling stories. So I still wanted to showcase that, telling a story and, you know, overcoming whatever. And like I said, I was able to, you know, create it in a way where it was a more fun-filled track, because men and women like creeping. Even though it's talking about, you know, someone creeping, they can vibe and bop to it at the same time. So it was just about me as an artist and being able to showcase my different lanes that I can go into, which is what this album is going to show. It's going to show everything that I can do. So.
All right. And with this, also with this album, so I know that you, like you said, you touch in Afrobeats, 90s R&B sound. You're giving a little bit of just everything. Now, do you feel like is it nerve-wracking to feel like you have to give so much at this point in your career on this album?
Honestly, I'm going to tell you, I feel like it's long overdue. I've had a lot of meetings with a couple of different labels since the last time we talked, and some of the feedback that I got was, you know, to, you know, kind of step into some different lanes and be more vulnerable and be more open. And so I want to make sure that this album, there's something for everybody on this album. I guarantee you, even if you don't listen to it all the way through, there's going to be something for everybody, no matter what you listen to, what genre you like. So that was really my goal. Took time with this album, but not too much time, because I just gave it all I had. So I really think that this is my best album. This is probably the deepest I've ever gotten. There's a lot of kind of like interludes in between there. I'm talking a lot more. I'm just, you know, showcasing me as the person, but also me as the artist as well. So I'm excited. I'm excited for the feedback. I think this is the one for sure. And there's a couple of songs that's probably going to really take off. You know, I'm claiming it now. You know, you got to put it into existence.
Yes, you listen. If you don't have faith in it, who's going to have faith in it?
You know, I have to believe in it before anybody else. But yeah, I definitely think this is my best work. And the couple of people that have gotten some samples, they have also like, girl, you gotta hate, you know, like, you know, so I have a lot of people like, waiting, you know, so.
Now, being that you took that advice and you poured into this album, when you listen to it over, is there something that, or a song, or maybe a piece or bit that feel like, oh, maybe that was too much. Maybe I should have pulled back on that.
Yes, there is a song that I have been, and I'm like, oh, do I really want to put that out? But everyone I let hear it, they're like, you got to let people, in. You got to let them in. And I mean, my biggest thing is I want authentic fans. I want, genuine people following and listening to me. And how can I expect them to be genuine and listen to me, and I'm not being fully transparent and genuine? And I feel like my story, and the things that I've experienced, other people have experienced too. So why not share those things? I think the time frame that we're living in, everyone has gone through a lot of the things that I've gone through and other things that I haven't. But I feel like it's the perfect time to really relate and open up. So I'm nervous but excited about it. I'm like, once I put it out there, I can't take it back. But
Yes. So one thing I love, because I'm a Beyonce head over here, and all her interviews, and she always, her previous interviews, because she haven't done no interviews, but has she always talk about putting her life story into her music, and that's how we get to learn her. That's how we get to understand her, and and what she gives. And I love the fact that you can do that. And I can't wait to hear this, because I really think that, I already think you're a phenomenal songwriter. That's hands down. You're welcome. And I think that the excitement for me is being able to have that relation and be like, oh, girl, I remember the time. Shucks. And really to be able to hear that, because I love music that I feel like when you hear it and it lyrically, and it can really take you into that moment and take you into a place. Now, whether that's good or bad for some people, now, that part, I don't know. But I think it's just hands down where I think we lost touch in some of that music for today, where it's just like we're more on what's catchy and what's trending and what's popping for right now, or whatever the deal is, and really getting to the I guess like the imaginary stanza with the part of that. Because when you listen to artists like Ari Lennox, or Kalani, or Lucky Day, and obviously we're gonna put your name right there with them artists. We can see exactly what it is you're singing, what it is that you're saying. So it's just like, oh, I've been there. Oh, I feel that. That's it.
Yep. I mean, that's I think that's the goal, because I feel like that music, that type of music, has kind of been forgotten about. Like you named, there's several artists that are still making it, but I don't think they don't get as much credit as they should, with the bodies of work that they create, because they take that time to really try to connect on a deeper level with the listeners. And that's what I'm trying to do. I don't want to just make music for the moment. I want people, to remember and be able to take this
legendary music.
And I think it's it over and over again, timeless,
And I'm so happy, because I think about Jasmine Sullivan, who came in a time where I feel like R&B was at its strong point, but they wasn't accepting artists like Jasmine Sullivan and Jill Scott, and I mean, it's like they were there, they was getting it. But now in I would say within since the pandemic up to this point, she really been getting her accolades. Really been getting the accolades. And really, people really been saying, oh, wow, she finally is getting what she deserves. And I just think that sometimes that when certain music come out, like, it's amazing, but it's not the right time. But then
so true.
They will always come back to, like, oh, I remember this. It always comes back. Always comes back.
I just would like to see you know, it's just so much about the, like you said, catchiness. And that's actually the feedback that I got from the labels. Like, you need to make something catchy. You need to make something that, and my hooks, and I know you know this because you listen to my music, I try to make my choruses and my hooks something that you do remember in the song. Like, want to get to know you. You're gonna, you know that part. If you don't know any other part of the song, you know that one part. But I don't want it to just be catchy. I want you to actually listen, you know? So it's like, how do you meet that happy medium? And that was actually my question in that meeting. And they were saying, you know, you can't really, you got to pick, you know, and I feel like that's unfortunate, but that's what these labels want. They want, not necessarily talent. They just want you, are you sellable? Do you have, you know, it's about looks too, you know? I'm beautiful, but I am not a BBL. I will not be getting a BBL. And I mean, that's, and I'm just being real. That is something that's a kind of intimidating as a woman who is all natural, you know, or who doesn't want. And I'm nothing against BBLs, but I'm just saying, like, I don't want to be forced to be something I'm not. I just want to be my authentic self from the
with your real body.
Yeah, with my real body to everything. Just
real everything.
But people don't know that music is it's a whole package. It's not just the music part. I literally had a label tell me, we don't really care how you sound. We don't really care. It doesn't. We can get you in the studio with the engineer and a producer and make you a hit, no problem. Are you the part? And I'm like, wow, this is how they like look at it. You would never know that. But that's why I encourage artists to know the business as well. Like, unfortunately, you have to know also, like, what's marketable, what's not, what, you know, Instagram pages for people who are just starting out. Make sure you ain't got a bunch of craziness on there. It needs to be, you know, I had to do that early on. I mean, this is just things you got to think about. You're not even, you know, and I feel like as the creator, you can't just focus on the create. And that's what I had to learn. And so, you know, and I'm still learning. So I just wanted to throw that gem in there because you know, the industry is a monster. So you're not prepared.
It is. So you know? my question is, if say, you know, you're taking these meetings with these labels, and, you know, I get it, because obviously you want to be able to have the right deal come along. If and when a deal comes along and they're talking all the right stuff, what if they're talking all the right stuff, but because of the fact you already know what it is to be self-made into your building yourself in your music and learning industry, would you feel like you would take it, or say, you know what, can we try to negotiate my terms so I can kind of be here, or I'm just going to flat out just stay independent?
I think I thought about this, and I'm kind of back and forth. Like, a part of me is like, I would try to renegotiate some things, like maybe do distribution, but not like a full-on record deal. And that's the key, you know, like some people don't even know what I'm talking about. And if you don't,
I was looking for that answer.
Yeah, do your homework. But yeah, I would be more, I could do a distribution. Like, if I was still uneasy, because the record deals, you signing away a lot. I'm gonna just keep it 1,000. Okay, you might not, you ain't gonna have your masters. Yeah, exactly. She's, look in the comments, I'm staying independent. Absolutely. You know,
or if you do try to do it, and you know, they're gonna rip you a new one with the price tag on your masters. So
exactly. So then there's that. So I'm like, I think distribution would be the safer route, where you get the resources from the label, but you ain't tied down. Right. So
because if you're already walking in and you give them the numbers, and you already know about this whole, you know, DSPs, and you over here got here in Spotify, you know how to work Pandora, you know how to work, you know, the ads over here, and how to be able to get your streaming numbers up and things of that nature. I feel distribution is the best, you know, because we don't really have physical anymore. Of course, you do see like some physical, that as far as the record players or whatever like that, as far as the vinyls. I couldn't get the word out. You know, but that's usually for artists that has been in the game, you know, for so long, and things of that nature. But I think that if you know how to work in that sector, more of the digital sector, then you already know at this point, like, oh, all I need is, give me the money, get the marketing up. I can get my team up. We good.
Yeah. The distribution would be to use the label's money to get your music out there where it need to be, but you wouldn't have to sign your life away, as some people
Right.
might say.
Because by the time you get a clothing line, a perfume line, some type of beauty brand, a tour, they got their hand in every little thing, all up in the cookie jar, in the Kool-Aid, everything. And you can't even breathe without them taking 10%.
Literally, and a lot of people don't know how to read the contracts. I mean, one of my favorites but horror stories is the TLC story about they got ripped off, so I'm like, that's like embedded in my brain to like read the contract and have like double extra eyes on it, because there's snakes out here, you know.
Like I love Lil Baby's story, like, because his mom really, she educated herself to the fullest. Yeah, to understand that she wasn't going to get her son into this crazy deal, and then to the point that he understands and he's educated, and so for him to be able to make certain ideas, and the Lil Baby for this generation is, he's a phenomenal artist. Absolutely, and really came into his own and really understood it, and the labels offered him, this type, $1 million deals and everything like that on the table, from the jump, because they know how to talk and they know how to negotiate. And I hear a lot of artists, even with, obviously Diddy, there was a lot of backlash this past summer as well, reciting some of the deals that he made. But one artist that stood out in particular, oh my gosh.
And I feel like I know
he went to jail. I can't even think of it. Haas just threw a horrible blank.
It's not Kodak. It's not Kodak, right?
He's an older artist. Well, I guarantee you it's gonna come to me. I can see his face. He did Loon.
Oh yeah.
Loon. It came to me because I was seeing his face. So Loon did an interview, and once he got out, and he really talked about the fact that he was like, unfortunately, I can't explain to you what the other artists were feeling, right? Yeah. And he was like, the reason why is because he said, somebody taught me how to negotiate. He said, somebody taught me before I went in. And he's like, unfortunately, he said, I'm sorry that, my other label mates feel this way, had to, have to even bring this out and talk about it. But he was like, I didn't have to go through that trouble because somebody was there to help me. Somebody showed the way. And I literally stood up for myself, and boom, I'm good.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely think as the artist, and I used to be like this, where I'm like, I just want to make the music, but you just can't. Because if you make the music, you'll pay
attention to so much more than just the music.
Yep. It's gotta be, it's just gotta be more to it. So I definitely encourage you to anyone that's watching that's a new artist, and even if you're not, to make sure that you do your research for sure, because you don't want to get screwed over. It just seems. I mean, and we see now people are like fighting to get their masters, and like some people are paying, like you said, outrageous amounts of money for work that they like is theirs, but on paper it's not, because they didn't read that fine print. So
and before we wrap up, and then we're going to talk about when you're going to release the album and all this good stuff, I kind of wanted to get talk, because so far we had in the industry artists like Lil Wayne, Justin Timberlake, Future actually sell their publishing rights, which I believe in the back end there is some type of contracting that they still going to get some percentage or anything like that, because obviously all of these artists have amazing catalogs and legacy music that still get played, especially Lil Wayne. What do you think about, getting to a point as an established artist and then just really selling history of your music, like, just selling giving away your publishings?
I would not. You gonna have to take it by blood. Take it by blood.
Like, oh, we gonna fight him in this mug, okay?
I mean, because anybody who knows me, for one, I take my writing and my music serious. But like my cousin will tell you, he's one of the people that watched me kind of, kind of see me in the act of writing. And my cousin, he always said, he was like, you're the only person I know to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. All those lonely nights, up in the morning, early morning, late nights. No. I worked for this. So, I will not be selling my published. I don't care. I will never sell them. So that's how, and I feel kind of sad that, they had to do that. I feel like they needed to do that. And like you said, there may be some, benefit. I don't know how much of a benefit later down the line, but I just couldn't imagine selling your hard-earned work to someone else. Like, it's just so much. I'm saying take it by blood, but seriously though, I worked hard for my music, and I'm a true artist. I don't just get on the track and say whatever. Like, I actually feel my music, and I know that when people hear me, they feel me too. Because I have people all the time that say, I feel the pain in your voice, girl, or whatever, so I know that people are really reaching and going into whatever place that they, feel at that moment. So to sell that for some dollars, no, would not be
worth it. Okay.
It's not, because it's not just about them. I think I said this in our last interview, but it's not just about the money for me. Obviously, I want to be able to provide just solely from my music, for my child and just my family. But it's not about the money for me. Like, I would do music whether I made a dime from it or not. So that's just, me.
All right. And once again, we want to thank you so much for another amazing interview. You know, you family around here, okay?
Yeah.
Family around here. And I want to, I Am Her. When will we be releasing? And when can we expect the next single?
So I'm going back and forth. I think I'm gonna let my fans choose when they want it. Do they want it in October? Because it's pretty much ready. We have 2 songs left to record. It's 8 songs in. And those, they're phenomenal. So either, I will say this. I don't have a date, but it's either October or like that first week in November. So I think I'm going to let my fans kind of decide, probably do a live. I want to have a listening party, kind of want to have a whole rollout plan involved. So
I like that.
Not rushing it, but very soon. And it will be well worth the wait, I promise.
All right. Okay, so y'all heard it here first. All right. So we are definitely excited. I am so proud of you. Keep doing what you do. All right. I want to see you back out in LA. All the good stuff. I want to see the pictures, the videos, doing your thing. All right. So first off, congratulations on just, really working hard and really getting all that you deserve. A round of applause to you. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. So Yassie, thank you so much. Now, before we go, do you have any upcoming shows? Do you have anything that you're kind of doing before the rollout, or?
I do have an award show. I was nominated again.
Talk about it, sis.
Yeah, so Black Only, the Black Only Awards is going to be in Atlanta on October 22nd. If you go to my page, you'll see some of the promo for it. I was nominated for the One of a Kind Award, and I'm gonna win. I'm just gonna say it. I'm gonna win. Yeah. So, you gotta start speaking into existence. So
yes. But now, is there a link or anything that through the public vote, or it's just okay?
Yep. It's in my bio.
Send everything over to us. We'll definitely promote it on our page as well. We got you.
Okay. Yes, I definitely will. Because the votes, you have like 3 more days to vote. So
okay. All right. Well, congratulations to you. Super proud. And we are praying for a win for you. Okay.
Yes.
All right. This is the first of many.
Yes. First of many. I'm trying to come home with that trophy.
All right. Well, thank you so much for sitting and talking with us. We do appreciate it. And you enjoy the rest of your evening.
Bye, Queen. Thank you.
All right. Have a good one.
You too.
All right. Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in for another episode of Indie Talks. Listen, I know unfortunately my beautiful co-host Danielle couldn't be with us tonight, but she was definitely here in spirit. So guys, thank you so much. Remember, you're tuning in with us every Thursday right here on IG Live, 7 p.m. Eastern time. And we're talking to no other than a lot of amazing independent artists and music professionals that's giving you some tips and some loops and some all sorts of gems that you need either as an artist or professional in the industry. So we really thank you so much for coming through. And don't forget to tune in with us on every Monday for our Music Monday. All right. And then we're going to be having some special guests with us. So we're looking forward to seeing you right there with us. So guys, you already know what it is. You see it right here, right? Real music, real style, and real people. So guys, you already know. Until next time, peace. Love ya.